Here's your wrestling news for March 6, 2026. Your headlines for today include: was Road Dogg fired? Major backstage details on WWE creative exit. WWE names new vice president and lead writer for Monday Night Raw. WWE deletes major segment from Twitter after fan backlash. WWE confirms official start time for WrestleMania 42. Real reason David Finlay turned down WWE revealed. Janel Grant shares graphic details of alleged assault at Connecticut hearing. Ethan Page's WWE main roster status after NXT title loss. Date set for next WWE Saturday night's main event special. NXT talent upset over WWE 2K26 roster snub, and more. A notable shift may have taken place behind the scenes in WWE, as new reports suggest that Brian Road Dogg James is no longer part of the company's creative team. According to Bodyslam.net, WWE has recently been making adjustments within its writing department, and Road Dogg is among those affected by the changes. The longtime WWE figure had been serving as a key creative contributor and co-lead writer for WWE SmackDown over the past year. WWE is in the midst of some shakeups in their creative and on the writing team. Sources indicate to Bodyslam that Brian Road Dogg James has departed WWE. Road Dogg has been with WWE since 2014 and was the co-lead writer for SmackDown over the last year. This report comes around the same time another major change within the writing staff became public. Alexandra Williams recently announced via LinkedIn that she's been promoted to vice president and lead writer for WWE Raw after previously working as a senior writer and producer. Her updated description outlined the responsibilities attached to the new position. As VP and lead writer for WWE's flagship live program, I oversee all creative development for Monday Night Raw, one of cable television's longest-running and highest-rated weekly shows. During a discussion on F4W Online, Brian Alvarez noted that Road Dogg's role within WWE Creative had already shifted months earlier due to internal restructuring. Then I think it was like last summer. He wasn't like taken off creative, but maybe a restructuring and somebody else kind of took over. Road Dogg has held several roles since returning to WWE in 2014. Beyond his work as a producer and executive within the creative department, he has been closely associated with the SmackDown writing team during multiple periods of the show's evolution. Additional reports from PW Insider and Corey Hayes indicate the departure may not have been the result of a termination. Instead, the situation reportedly stemmed from dissatisfaction with adjustments made to his position within the creative structure. He's out. The word is he didn't enjoy being moved out of his position. Shortly after news of the change began circulating, fans noticed Road Dogg was still being advertised for meet and greet appearances during WrestleMania 42 week as part of WWE World in Las Vegas. According to sources cited by PW Insider, that appearance remains unaffected because James is still signed under a WWE Legends contract. That type of agreement is separate from backstage employment and allows WWE to continue using him for fan events, promotional appearances, and special programming tied to major events like WrestleMania. With these developments taking place alongside leadership changes on Raw, WWE's creative structure may be entering another period of adjustment. Do you think Road Dogg leaving WWE's creative team could impact the direction of WWE programming, or will the changes behind the scenes go largely unnoticed on television? Let us know your thoughts. WWE has now clarified the official start time for both nights of WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, putting an end to recent confusion about when the company's biggest show of the year will begin. The update came after Paul Triple H Levesque shared a promotional graphic for the highly anticipated match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns on social media. The poster included the official schedule for the two-night event, confirming that WrestleMania will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, which corresponds to 3 p.m. Pacific Time in Las Vegas. The clarification was needed after confusion emerged last week when WWE sent an email to ticket holders that listed a 2:30 p.m. Pacific start time. That earlier message conflicted with the previously promoted 4 p.m. Pacific start, and the change briefly appeared on the official WrestleMania 42 website as well. With WWE now confirming the correct time through its promotional material, fans attending the event or watching at home finally have a clear schedule for both nights of WrestleMania 42. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The reason David Finlay did not end up signing with WWE has now come to light following his unexpected debut in All Elite Wrestling. According to Bodyslam.net, WWE did present Finlay with a contract offer after his deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling expired. However, the proposal reportedly included a key condition that became a deal breaker. WWE sources indicated to Bodyslam that Finlay was offered a deal to begin in NXT and they wouldn't budge on their offer. As a result, Finlay ended up picking AEW and going with Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. The report suggests WWE wanted Finlay to start his run in WWE NXT rather than debuting directly on the main roster. When the company reportedly refused to adjust that plan, Finlay ultimately chose a different path. Additional reports from various wrestling outlets have also suggested that AEW's offer may have included higher pay and a lighter schedule, along with the flexibility to continue working with promotions like New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL. Those factors may have further influenced Finlay's decision. Finlay's choice quickly paid off with a dramatic debut on the March 4th episode of AEW Dynamite. After Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy defeated Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors in a tag team match, Finlay stormed the ring and launched an attack on the winners. The moment ended with Finlay standing tall alongside Kidd and Connors, revealing the formation of a new faction later introduced as the Dogs. Tony Khan confirmed the group's official status shortly after the show. Do you think David Finlay made the right call choosing AEW instead of WWE, or should he have accepted the NXT route first? Share your thoughts in the comments. During the March 3rd episode of NXT, Ricky Saints delivered a musical-style promo built around the chant, "I believe in Ricky." The concept appeared to mirror the crowd sing-along style made popular by Joe Hendry, whose entrances often revolve around fans joining in on his theme. However, the live crowd response reportedly didn't match the intended energy of the segment. The moment soon shifted direction when Hendry appeared disguised as a roadie. He smashed a guitar and sparked a chaotic brawl that quickly took over the scene. While WWE continues sharing clips of the fight across its social media platforms, the earlier concert-style portion of the segment disappeared from the company's official posts on X. Fans quickly noticed the removal and speculated that the video was taken down after the segment received heavy criticism online. The moment generated a wave of negative reactions from viewers, with some comparing Saints' performance style to other wrestlers. One fan even wrote, "Apologize to Adam Copeland. He's a vanilla midget ripoff of The Rock." Another viewer admitted that they had previously defended Saints from similar comparisons, but changed their opinion after watching the segment. When people would say that he was just a dollar store The Rock, I would argue that he was his own thing. Well, I was wrong. The worst part is you can tell the moment he realizes that it's bombing and there's nothing he can do about it. Even though the musical promo has seemingly vanished from WWE's social media timeline, the storyline between Saints and Hendry is still moving forward. Their rivalry is expected to continue as they head toward a title clash at NXT Vengeance Day. Now, the bigger question is whether Saints can bounce back from the awkward segment, or if the internet will keep reminding him about the performance WWE appears to have quietly erased. Tension inside the Judgment Day continues to grow, and a recent social media moment may have made things even worse for Finn Balor. The drama started on Raw when Balor's actions indirectly cost Dominic Mysterio the Intercontinental Championship. During the match, Balor stopped JD McDonagh from helping Dominic, which allowed Penta to capitalize and capture the title. Now the situation has escalated beyond what happened in the ring. McDonagh recently shared a screenshot on social media showing Balor liking a post from Penta that celebrated his championship victory over Dominic. By posting the image publicly, McDonagh effectively called Balor out for what appeared to be quiet support for the man who just dethroned Dominic. The move has only intensified speculation that Balor could be moving toward a babyface turn. Between refusing to help Dominic during the match and now seemingly acknowledging Penta's win online, Balor's actions are starting to paint him as someone distancing themselves from the group's usual tactics. If the tension inside Judgment Day continues to build, it may only be a matter of time before the faction fully fractures and Balor officially breaks away from Dominic and the rest of the group. On the March 3rd episode of WWE NXT, Miles Bourne scored another victory over Ethan Page in an unexpected rematch. The bout had an unusual twist, as both men competed while still dressed in their suits, adding a unique visual to the contest. Following Page's recent setback, a new report has shed light on what could be next for him inside WWE. According to Bodyslam.net, Page's name has come up frequently in internal discussions regarding a possible move to WWE's main roster. Sources indicate to Bodyslam that Ethan Page has been talked about a lot regarding a potential main roster move. However, the report suggests that the move may not happen immediately. Instead, WWE may have additional plans for Page within NXT before sending him to a larger stage. Another source noted that Page is expected to make the move to the main event title scene in NXT again before officially heading to the main roster. In other words, Page could still have a role to play in the NXT main event picture before eventually transitioning to either Raw or SmackDown. Do you think Ethan Page is ready for the WWE main roster, or should he spend more time competing in NXT's main event scene first? WWE's revival of Saturday night's main event appears set to continue later this spring, as a new report has revealed when the next edition of the NBC special is expected to take place. According to WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select, WWE has already scheduled the next installment of the show for May. Sources within WWE indicate that the next Saturday night's main event is on the books and set for May 23rd, with the location still being finalized, but Nashville, Tennessee is currently a leading candidate to host the show. The report also noted that this upcoming event would be part of a larger plan WWE has mapped out for the series this year. This will mark the second of 4 scheduled Saturday night's main event specials this year on Peacock. Another interesting detail mentioned in the report is the timing of these specials. WWE has reportedly been placing the events close to major premium live events as part of its broader programming strategy. They love scheduling these Saturday night events the week before the PLEs. Maybe it's a way to get people to keep their streaming subscriptions going if they want to follow the storylines. If the May 23rd date holds, the special would become the second of 4 Saturday night's main event broadcasts currently planned for 2026. Members of Dark State aren't thrilled about being absent from the upcoming WWE 2K26 roster, and one of the group's wrestlers has already reacted publicly. With WWE 2K26 scheduled to release on March 13th, fans have been analyzing the full character list ahead of launch. During that process, some noticed that Dark State, despite spending the past year competing on WWE NXT and holding championships, did not make the game. One fan raised the issue on X, questioning why the group was missing, while several wrestlers with shorter tenures in WWE were still included. Dark State not being on WWE 2K26 is wild to me, especially since they've been in NXT for a year now and were champions for a good chunk of that time. People who literally haven't been in WWE for that long made it. I don't get it. The post eventually reached Dark State member Osiris Griffin, who acknowledged the situation with a shrug emoji. Griffin later followed up with another message that suggests that the group isn't exactly happy about the omission. Dark State on the way to 2K office. The timing of the reaction makes the situation stand out even more. With the game launching in just a few days, the roster is already finalized, meaning Dark State will not be part of the base game. Despite that, WWE 2K26 is still being promoted as the largest roster in the franchise's history, featuring hundreds of playable characters that include active WWE superstars, legends, managers, announcers, referees, and alternate character versions. For now, Dark State's absence has become a talking point among fans. The remaining question is whether the faction could still be added through future downloadable content, or if they'll have to wait until next year's game to finally appear in the series. Janel Grant appeared before the Connecticut Labor and Public Employees Committee this week to provide an update as lawmakers continue examining Senate Bill 355, proposed legislation that would restrict the use of non-disclosure agreements in cases involving workplace harassment and discrimination. Grant attended the hearing alongside her attorney, Erica Nolan, as part of an ongoing push to change how NDAs are used in professional environments. During her testimony, Grant delivered a deeply emotional and graphic statement explaining why she believes reforms are necessary. "I don't want to see one more person raped on a table by 2 people with all the power in daylight behind a locked door while people sat at their desks working on the other side of that door." Grant said the reason she chose to describe the situation so directly was to demonstrate the seriousness of what she alleges happened and why she believes stronger protections are needed. "I will not for a second waste anyone's time. We all say trade secrets when it comes to NDAs as being the thing to go to line of why they are so appropriate, and there are so many messy situations on planet Earth with humans that are good, legitimate reasons outside of trade secrets." She also stressed that the incident outlined in her lawsuit was not a single, isolated moment, but part of a longer period of alleged misconduct. According to Grant, NDAs were never meant to shield behavior of that nature, and she believes the legal system needs clearer safeguards to prevent agreements from being used in that way. The testimony comes as Connecticut lawmakers continue reviewing Senate Bill 355 and considering whether new limits on NDAs could better protect employees who experience harassment or discrimination in the workplace. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.